This is PDH with Love on Tour, and our love is on tour, the brand new Sun Princess. Our cruise is almost over, so it's time to break down all the dining. We're going to tell you where to eat, give you some great shots of the food, and we're also going to tell you exactly how the dining works. But before we get started, remember to like and subscribe. It costs you nothing, but it is the currency of love here on YouTube. So new here on the Sun Princess is the main dining room, having those 3 levels: deck 6, deck 7, and deck 8. Now on deck 9 you have the buffet, but right under the buffet is deck 8, which is what they call their American Diner. At the American Diner, they have some great food, and that menu is available to you all the time. In the Horizon restaurant on deck 8, you must try a couple things. The banana split is spectacular. Shout out to our friends who pointed this out to us and had one every night since. And also, the signature burger is great here. It's the same signature burger that's in the signature lounge, so it is fantastic. The tater tots and cauliflower bites are fantastic, and the sticky ribs are also great. That's just to begin. Oh, and the fish and chips, also really done well. They have sticky ribs there, which were delicious. They have sandwiches and burgers, and they have tater tots and things of that nature. And this is where the best dessert on the ship is. And I don't eat ice cream, but what I've heard from at least 25 people is that that banana split is spectacular. It is absolutely phenomenal, according to the people that I've talked to. I like the strawberry shortcake, and I love the apple pie. So you can't go wrong here at the American Diner. Now deck 6 is your traditional dining. That is your 5 o'clock seating and your 7:30 seating. And that menu does change out each day depending on what they have available. Deck 7 is your anytime dining. That is from 7 to 9 daily, and that is the deck that you can just kind of show up whenever you want to have dinner, and that menu changes out all the time as well. Now again, deck 9 is the buffet. Now I've talked about the buffet in another video, which I'll link in the description in the comments below. But let me tell you, the buffet is a great space, and particularly the outdoor spaces. So on deck 9, outside on port and starboard side, you have these live food stations. So on one side you have pizza and ice cream, and on the other side you have burgers and tacos. So this kind of mirrors a little bit on as to what's on the pool deck as well, which we'll talk about in a moment. But those dining options at the buffet, I've also listed those times. There's a continental breakfast early in the morning, a breakfast, lunch, and dinner slot, and then you can have your meals at that point. There's even a late night dinner seating there where they have some late night snacks. I'll have to go and check that out as soon as I can. Now there's also, of course, room service, and the suite room service is a little different than some of the other rooms, but you do have availability to order room service to your room as well. Make reservations for your late and early seating or your traditional dining. Anytime dining, you do not need reservations, and the American Diner on deck 8, you don't need reservations there either. And then of course at the buffet, you do not need reservations. The reserve dining is for mini suite passengers. So this restaurant is huge. It is the biggest, largest space I've ever seen for reserve dining for mini suite guests. It is definitely its own restaurant. Signature dining, you do not need reservations. We just show up and they seat us every time we show up, and there is never a line there. Now I will say that in the main dining room there was always a line. The American Diner, there's typically a line. The reserve dining room, there was a line there as well. But in the signature dining restaurant, there was never a line there. Now, specialty dining is open from 5:30 to 9 typically every night. There are some cases where venues are open for lunchtime, but that's rare, and I didn't really figure that out. But at nighttime, they're open from 5:30 to 9. Now, there are some exceptions there. There is a early and late seating for the butcher's block, for catch, and also for the teppanyaki, which I never eat. I don't know how y'all can sit and eat that stuff, but it's not for me. Those of you who love the experience, it is definitely a very nice space for sure. Now, O'Malley's, the Irish bar, is open pretty much all day, the bar aspect of it, but the dining is from 5:30 to 9. And after 9 o'clock, it does turn into a bar, and it's typically very busy in there. So if you like that sort of thing, it is definitely a hot spot on the ship. Now, in terms of specialty dining that we experienced, we did do the Crown Grill, which is absolutely the best steak at sea. I love it, but I do want to know in the comments what your favorite steak at sea is. But I love the Crown Grill. It did not disappoint. It was great. Did Sabatini's as well, and I have to say was very disappointed in the Italian fare there. I was fully engaged and ready to say this is better than Jamie's on Royal Caribbean, but I can't say that. It wasn't. It was not. And it could be because they're working out some of the kinks, but the food just didn't have enough seasoning. Some of the risotto was gummy and overcooked. It just wasn't a good experience for me at Sabatini's. But I am curious to know what your experience has been there. Has it been a great Italian restaurant for you? Because I thought, the food looked like it was going to taste great. It just didn't. Now, in terms of premium desserts, if you get the Plus package, you get those 2 premium desserts a day. Well, that is at Cones and Coffee. And this spot is where you go and they make this massive kind of sundae or float, ice cream sundae or float with candy and brownies and all this kind of stuff on top of it. So you do get 2 of those a day. I don't know who would eat 2 every day, but that's what you get as your premium dessert on the Sun Princess. Now, speaking about the Plus package, your 2 casual dining elements there are O'Malley's and Alfredo's Pizza. Those are the 2 restaurants that you get to redeem your 2 casual dining. Now, Alfredo's used to be included, but it is not on the Sun Princess. There is a fee and a surcharge there for Alfredo's as well. Now, if you're in the mood for some snacks, there is the International Cafe that has light bites and some sandwiches, things of that nature, which is really cool. Coffee Currents also has some of the best dessert on board the ship. That's a great place too, and that's included in your fare. Now, up on the pool deck, you have Lidl's Pizza, and the pizza there was quite good. I actually did really enjoy it. You have Lidl's Tacos, which is a make-as-you-go taco bar. You can get a taco bowl, you can get tacos there. And then you have the Lidl Grill, which I had a delicious burger there, and you basically put in your order, and then they give you a ringer, and you come back and get your food after it's made up. Now, I will tell you, in general, this is some of the best food that I've had on a cruise ship, and I cruise everybody. I don't have any brand loyalty. I do Royal, I do Celebrity, I do Carnival. So for me, I just go where the best deal is and the best ship and the best itinerary. And I have to tell you that Princess definitely has some of the best food that I've tasted at sea, and it has not disappointed whatsoever. Well, that's it, and thanks for watching. We really appreciate you. Remember, it's love above all, love will travel, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.